Hey guys, Zuzunatural here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to do a review of the Healthy Foundation from Physicians Formula. I'm wearing it. And so if you want to see a review plus demo of this foundation, stay tuned. So we have two foundations here. The Healthy Foundation with SPF 20 from Physicians Formula. We have DN3 and DN4. I need both of these in the summer. So when I first tried this, I just did DN3, right? But now if I do DN3 all over my face, I'll look like an ashy ghost face. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. But if I do DN4 all over my face, I kind of look like a chocolate pudding face. So I have to mix both of these. So if you're about my color, you may find that you need to do that as well. If you're like a shade darker than me, then you just might need DN4. If you're lighter than me, then you just might need DN3. So we're going to review these. Also, I'm going to powder with the Physicians Formula Healthy Powder. This has SPF 16. This is in DN3. Okay, so I never went and purchased the DN4 because that would just make me look too dark. So a little bit about this foundation. So I first purchased this foundation in the colder months. Like I said, I was DN3. I had been hearing about it. It's been out for like over a year now, so it's not new. But when I looked at the ingredients and I saw the dimethicone, I was like, oh, I don't know. So dimethicone, if you don't know, is a ingredient. It's not toxic in a sense, but it does smother the skin. And so if you have sensitive skin or if you have acne prone skin, it may not be good for that because you have to make sure you get it off. But dimethicone is one of those ingredients that gives you the staying power on the foundations. And this foundation has staying power. It does. And so that's one of the ingredients I noticed that Green Beauty or Cleaner Beauty foundations don't have because they don't have the dimethicone. With that being said, I try to stay away from dimethicone. My skin is kind of sensitive, but this is done by a physician. Physician's Formula was done by a physician, and so it is tested so it doesn't clog the pores, and I have not had any issues or problems with it. I have not. However, if you stay away from dimethicone, I get it, and I just want to let you know that up front. Okay, but let me tell you about the foundation. So I'm just going to go to their website, and it's a long-wearing, buildable, and breathable foundation, which I find that it is. It's lightweight, medium coverage, and it is definitely buildable. You can put it on so it just looks like your skin, or you can build it up where it's a little heavier. With a healthy satin finish. It's kind of a satin finish. I would say it's more like a skin finish to satin, skin to satin. I feel like the Pacifica that I did last foundation review is definitely more of a glowy satin finish than this one. So I think this would be better. A couple of people said that they had oily skin and that one didn't work for them. This would be good if you have oily skin, I think. I no longer have oily skin, thank goodness. So I couldn't tell you, but I'm so glad I don't have oily skin anymore. That was like a nightmare. So it says it's compatible with all skin types and features an exclusive brightening complex with hyaluronic acid. This is the only foundation I've ever used that had hyaluronic acid. That's awesome. To hydrate, brighten and improve the appearance of the skin, has vitamin A, C, and E for flawless, healthy coverage. The key ingredients are a brightening complex called Chinese Wushu Yu extract, the hyaluronic acid, vitamin A, C, and E, which is the antioxidant blend, and it's SPF 20, which I love. I love having SPF just built into the foundation. So very often on the really hot days, I'll put this on because I'm just like, oh, it has the SPF in it. Like, I really love that I don't have to do that skincare step. I can just put the foundation on. And so that is the foundation. Like I said, it does have that dimethicone, so you figure out whether you want to use it or not. It comes in 24 shades, okay? And you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to show you the shade range is what I wanted to show you, because I feel like Physicians Formula never really had a really good shade range, which is why I stayed away from it before. But I feel like this shade range is 24 shades. It's kind of like they're kind of doing it. So let me see if I can pull up just the colors for you. I don't know. There we go. Those are the shades, and it comes in, I wear DN3 and DN4, which stands for dark neutral 3, dark neutral 4. Those are the two darkest colors in that shade range. There's dark, which I am, and then there's two shades darker, and it's deep and rich. So that I think is wonderful, that there's two shades, 8 shades, 2 shade ranges with 4 each darker than me. So I don't know what those colors look like, but hey, if you're darker than me, that's great, because sometimes they cut off before me or at me, and you're like, that's not dark enough, people. So that's good. It's $15.99, comes in 24 shades. Like I said, it has the SPF 20. I'm going to swatch both colors for you just so you can see them before I put them on. So the applicator is a doe foot, and it gets real messy. Like when you get ready to put it back in there, it slops all over the plate. It's very messy. I do not like that. However, if you are very careful, it won't be as messy, but it is. So I'm just going to swatch that for you. That's DN3. And like I said, that's the color I was in the winter. It looks crazy right now. You're like, that is not your color, girl. I know it's not now. And then DN4, which is definitely my color for my darker areas, like my lower jaw and my forehead. Definitely DN4, which is where I put it. That's where I put it. So those are the two colors, DN3, DN4. And I'm going to go in and do the DN3 on the center of my face where I'm lighter. And then I'll go ahead and do the DN4 on the outer perimeter of my face. So I'm going to start with DN3. I'm going to look in the mirror. This is normally how I do it. Kind of go up all under. I was supposed to do one half. Why y'all let me do that? Why did y'all let me do that? Well, guess what? We're not doing one half because I'm not wiping that off. So we're just going to have to start, okay? I can't believe y'all let me do that. So we'll start with this side, and I'll just go ahead and stipple that in. And as you can see, on my forehead is where it really looks ghostly, this color. And so I just kind of do it there, and then I'm going to hit the dark for everything. What am I doing? This is not working well. Guys, this is not working well. I'm just getting my size mixed up. Okay. So I guess it really doesn't matter since I'm using two colors anyway. Then I go in with the DN4. And what I do is I hit pretty much the whole perimeter of my face. So I do like that. A little bit right there. Because I've got to brighten, I've got to warm it up now. And I might as well do this side too, since yeah. So we'll do that. And then, and so you see how that's really a great match for that part of me. It's really a great match, but I promise you, if I put it all over my face, I promise you, I look like a chocolate pudding face. Promise you. It's like, what are you doing? So, let's see. I may have put too much of that light on, like usually I just kind of like put it there. So let's just keep buffing that in good, because my forehead is extra dark, extra crispy. It's been burnt. And okay, so there we go. There we go. So I don't know if you can tell, since I made such a mess on this side, what it's looking like, but that is what it's looking like. I will go in and actually put a little more dark up here, but look at that. So let's just go and do like that. but that looks good. I think I could use a little bit more dark here, but that's what it's looking like. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. Because I feel like this is a really nice consistency. It's a thicker foundation. Although it's lightweight, I like to go in under the eyes and really pack it on. Because I told you guys I'm not really a concealer fan. I've told you that in previous videos. If you're new, I haven't told you that. But I'm not really a concealer fan. But I like to go ahead and pack this on as a concealer, and then what I kind of do is pat it in with my fingers instead of like brushing it in. Pat it in with my fingers, so I'll let that sit a bit, and I feel like my forehead could use a little bit more dark, so I'll go ahead and just give my forehead a little, not too much product, because what happens is it starts, even though it's dark, it'll not work. So I'm just gonna let that sit for a second, and I'll just go ahead and hit the forehead up a little bit. And I think this would work really well with a beauty blender. I told you guys in my last video, I'm not really a beauty blender type. I don't know, it just doesn't work well for me. But I prefer a brush. But, you know, if you like a beauty blender, I think this would work. I think I have used this with a beauty blender before. So that's what that's looking like. And then I kind of want to just want to go down the center like so. And I kind of want to just tap that in so I can have a little extra coverage under the eyes. I like extra coverage under the eyes because I have dark circles, but at the same time, I really don't like to do concealer because it creases. I've got, you know, some fine lines under my eyes, and I have not mastered the technique of concealing and powdering. I haven't. It creases on me, and I think it's just my eyes. Like, I think it's the way my eyes are. So, yeah, go ahead and do like that. Still do like that. Okay, here we go. And like that. Okay, there we go. There we go. So this is it. This is it. This is it. And what I want to do is, we like to put it there. So this is what we're looking like. I'm going to go ahead and powder and show you what that looks like. Then I'll go ahead and put my makeup and show you what the whole thing looks like. But we're going to powder with the Physicians Formula Healthy Powder. This is in the lighter color, DN3. And you get your powder and you have your mirror underneath. It had like a little powder sponge there, but you know those sponges are crappy. So I'm not using that. But I will just use this big fluffy brush. It's the Eco Tools powder brush. And I will use a little mirror here just so I can see. And I just generously pat it and apply it very generously. Pat and apply. And I do usually use the powder when I use this one because I think it complements it very well. And I'll tell you what, I buy this foundation from CVS. The very first time I purchased this foundation, it's $15.99, and they had a $10 cash back kind of option. You know, if you are a CVS member, you get like rewards. So you got like a $10 reward. So I was going to get it for $5.99. So I was like, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. And I did it. I loved it. So now I've purchased it numerous times, but I always get it on sale or when they have that kind of option, which they do all the time. So if you have a CVS in your area, you might want to check it out there first. So that's the powder. And I really, really like the powder. And it's SPF 16, even though the foundation is SPF 20, so the most you're getting is the 20. Unfortunately, it doesn't add up. You don't get the 20 plus the 16. You're just going to get the 20. But I like it because it's an added layer. And I feel like they say change your SPF like every 2 to 3 hours, but I feel like because I have the extra layer that I could get away with a little longer. I don't know if that's technically true, but that's what I feel like. So this is what it's looking like, okay? I'm going to go on and do my makeup, and then I'll come back and show you the whole thing and give you my final thoughts. So here we go. This is the foundation. This is what we're looking like. All I did was go ahead and I add my typical gold eyes, which I always do. I'm a gold eye girl. Just put a little brown lipstick on because it looked better with this shirt than red. So I put some lipstick. I think this is Fierce from Red Apple Lipsticks. I know you guys are going to ask. Fierce from their winter collection. And I didn't put any blush or anything on, although maybe I should have because it does brighten up the face. But I just put the foundation on like you guys saw me. I just powdered and then I put my eye makeup and my lip makeup on. That's it. That's all I did. And so that is the Healthy Skin Foundation from Physicians Formula. I really like it. I find that it is long lasting. If I need my foundation to last like a couple of hours, then I put this one on. And it's probably because of that dimethicone. So make sure if you are using this that you wash and you cleanse your face so thoroughly, okay, when you use this, because you don't want any of that left behind clogging up your skin. You just do not want that. But I really like it. I do. I like the texture and the way it feels on the skin. I like the way it brushes out. I really, really like this foundation. And I don't use it as often as I use my my Pacifica. That's the one that I use most of the time. But like if I'm going to be out and be in the sun, I go ahead and put this one on because I feel like once I add the foundation, then the powder, I'm like, I'll have a few more hours to be out in the sun without damaging my skin any more than I have. My forehead has so much damage from sun damage. Just being out in the sun and not having SPF, even though I've worn SPF now consistently for like a year, it doesn't matter. My skin is like, my forehead's still recuperating from all of the damage it's had, like at the beach and just out with that Houston sun beaming on me. Even though New York City sun is nothing like that, my forehead's like, I remember. So this is the Physicians Formula. If you have any clean beauty foundations that you want me to review, drop it in the comments. Let me know and I'll try to see if I can get maybe some samples or buy the entire bottle, a regular bottle. But sometimes you want to test it out. So unless it's $15.99 like this one. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. And peace out. Zuzunatural.